What is going on everyone, this is Nero again. Today for you some headquarters gameplay. Time on the map, Nuketown. We got the Galilon, we got Flak Jacket, we got Slave Hand, we have Tac Mask. It's a very good overall setup, and you're gonna be checking this out. This is pretty freaky. Look how close this is, like the Marver 3 spawn system. What is going on right now? Everyone's all around me all at once. This is it was crazy, man. So we were playing some what is called the Express playlist in Call of Duty Black Ops, right? We're sitting here playing through it, and what's cool about it, Express playlist, there's no ghost, there's no second chance. It's pretty nice in that respect, and it also it's kind of like Mosh Pit, similar to Mosh Pit. If you guys don't know Mosh Pit, it's just like a random cluster of game modes. It picks a different game mode every time. Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, Domination, Headquarters, Demolition. It can capture the flag. You can play like any game mode in Mosh Pit. It's random every time. So in terms of monotony, it's a great game mode because there is no monotony. It's a different game mode all the time. They pick different maps, obviously. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty interesting, really awesome playlist. And I really just kind of fell into this gameplay, and it was pretty funny how it kind of works out. So those of you who have been like around Call of Duty for a while, or those of you who are just fanatics of Headquarters, Headquarters used to be one of the main staples in the Call of Duty scene. Not so much anymore. People don't seem to be posting a lot of Headquarters. They don't seem to be playing a lot of Headquarters. It's especially now in newer games like Black Ops, there wasn't a whole lot of Headquarters gameplay, and Modern Warfare 3 there wasn't a lot of Headquarters gameplay. That's just kind of how it went. I mean, slowly this game mode has progressed down to not so many people play it. But one of the strategies going into it, if you're running with a full party or something like that, it's pretty awesome and pretty fun to just demolish the other team. Literally, you know, get the score up to a decent amount so that there's like no like mathematical way that they can possibly come back and win. And then instead of capturing Headquarters, let's just murder them all. And we just did this for fun. I wasn't doing this for a gameplay, but I just so happened to be recording. And I do get 150 kills this game. You guys will be checking that out. And it was a rather longer game because Headquarters, you guys will know, it is I think it's about a 15-minute long match. And we let it go on the entire 15 minutes just because we wanted to kill a bunch of people. It was Nuketown. We wanted to have some fun. I'm playing with myself, SB members, and subscribers, and we had a good time. We had a good overall time, and I think you guys will enjoy for gameplay. But I think I've done enough of an introduction. Welcome to this week's episode of Dear Nero. I think this is a series that a lot of you guys enjoy, where I answer fan mail or fan questions and give my honest opinion towards them, or trying to give advice, things like that. And I think it's going to be a good overall week in terms of questions. Lots of gaming related questions this week, and we're going to be checking those out. So let's just hop right on into this with the first question reading, Dear Nero. Why do you love COD so much? What made you love it? And which COD is your favorite? Sincerely, Matt from Florida. Well, Mr. Matt from Florida, how does one define how they like Call of Duty? What initially drew me into Call of Duty was way back when, before I had an Xbox 360, before I had an active internet connection. I played on the PlayStation 2. I had Medal of Honor, European Assault, and Rising Sun. I think there was another one. Either way, I played Medal of Honor, and I really liked it. I loved war games. I loved especially World War II games. I just loved war games in general. I thought they were pretty cool. And one day I went to my cousin Nick's house. I think I've told this story already, but I'm going to tell it again just for all intents and purposes. I went to my cousin Nick's house. He had just gotten an Xbox 360, and he was playing Call of Duty 3. And he let me play it, and we were playing online. So it was like what I loved from those war games, like Medal of Honor, but in an online environment against actual other people, and like what you did actually mattered. It counted towards your kills. It ranks you up, things like that. I thought it was pretty cool. That was a great idea, great concept. And so that Christmas, I got an Xbox 360 along with a copy of Call of Duty 4, and the rest has been history. What makes me love it? It's the fact that, like I said, basically, it's a war game against other people. It's just fast. It's competitive. It's entertaining to me. I don't know. I really can't put my finger on why I like Call of Duty over so many different games, but I do. I just love it. I love it. And which one would be my favorite? If I had to pick, like, which Call of Duty was my favorite during its prime, when it was like out, all the people were playing it, it was the new game out, I would definitely say World of War was my favorite, just because it's the most recent World War II Call of Duty, and I love World War II. That's kind of how it works. So hopefully that answers your question. This next person rates me this question, and it reads, Dear Nero, if you were to choose any gun from any Call of Duty, what gun would you want to own? Outside of COD, what gun would you want to own? Thank you, Greg from Washington. So there's no real gun that's not in Call of Duty that I wouldn't want to own. All the guns I would want to own are already in Call of Duty. You gotta realize how many Call of Duties have there been. There's been tons of different guns. So what gun would I want to actually own from Call of Duty? Now, World of War, one of my favorite guns was the Mosin-Nagant sniper rifle, but that's not actually hard to obtain in the US. Those things will run you, honestly, about $100, and you can get one legally. My cousin Nick actually has one. I actually have a video of me shooting a Mosin-Nagant. That'd be pretty easy to get. So I'm trying to think a little bit more outside the box and try and think of something different. Now, a lot of people might opt out for a Barrett 50 cal. That'd be kind of cool. Or an M40A3. A lot of people love an M40A3 in real life. My neighbor Shane actually owns an R700. That's not actually hard to get either. It's just a matter of getting the money. If I had to pick a gun from, I would definitely pick this, the STG-44, the Sturm Gewehr 44, otherwise known as the MP-44. That gun's amazing. If you guys don't know, that's like the first, basically the first assault rifle ever made. It was made by the Nazis. It's amazing. It was like the first ever assault rifle. Like the AK-47 was actually built off of the STG-44, so it's a really cool gun. If you look up pictures of the STG, or what the STG looks like in real life, amazing gun. It's just amazing gun. And if you look at, and if you're wondering which Call of Duty that'd be from, that would be from Call of Duty World at War. What other gun would I want to own? I'm gonna play the question off as that, because there's no real gun in real life that hasn't been featured in Call of Duty that I would want to own in real life. If I had to pick another gun, man, it's hard. I might go something along the lines of the SCAR, one of the SCARs, a SCAR H, a SCAR L. Either or would work, or possibly an AK-47. You know, like a full, like an unmodified old school AK. That would probably be my second choice. So those are my two choices. Those would be the guns I'd want to own. I think it'd be cool, but it's like I've looked up stuff. It's like seriously somewhere around the lines of $30,000 for an STG. So yeah, you think I'm gonna go for that? Come on now, $30,000, ridiculous, some ridiculously high number like that. It's crazy. So this next question, this isn't a Call of Duty related question, but it's kind of a cool one. So it reads, Dear Nero, has it ever crossed your mind to play an instrument of any kind? Guy from Utah. Now, I think I've actually answered a question from Guy from Utah, so I think he's a repeat asker, a repeat guest on this episode on Dear Nero, so that's kind of cool. I mean, people sending in a bunch of good questions. So Guy from Nero asked if I've ever crossed my mind whether or not I'd play an instrument. Now, when I was in, I'm going to say elementary school, late elementary school, like 4th or 5th grade, probably somewhere in that time, I actually did play the percussion, which is like the snare drum, you know, boom, 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 kind of like you see in marching bands. I did play that, really didn't get into it. Part of our music curriculum throughout elementary school was also the recorder, which is kind of like a flute, and I think I still have it somewhere. But yeah, so I could kind of play both of those, not very well. I think I can play Hot Cross Buns on the recorder, and I don't remember anything from the snare drum. In terms of what instrument I actually want to learn, I think a lot of people would say, oh yeah, I want to learn how to play the electric guitar, or maybe bass guitar. I'm different. I'd want to learn how to play the piano. Don't know why. Piano or harmonica, or the harmonica. Those would be my two choices. The piano is pretty, I don't know why, just someone that can masterfully play the piano is amazing. Like, I listen to Elton John sometimes, and Nero's gay, likes Elton John, fag. Now, Elton John is actually a really talented artist, but he's really good at playing. He demolishes that piano. He's amazing at it. And so to watch some of his stuff, or I don't know, man, just some of that stuff is really interesting to me, as well as the harmonica. Like, if you ever heard the song Run Around by Blues Travelers, that's an amazing song. It has a lot of harmonica in there. Pretty awesome. Billy Joel is another really good. He's really good on the piano. There's a reason they call him the Piano Man. So piano or harmonica. Push came to shove, piano. That's going to be my answer for that question there, sir. This next question reads, this is actually a good one. It's not really a question. It's more of a, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. He writes, Dear Nero, do you consider yourself lucky to have a good amount of loyal subscribers? Alex from Florida. And that is kind of a no-brainer question, but I wanted to talk about it. Do I consider myself lucky? Hell yes, I consider myself lucky. That's crazy that so many people have taken interest in me, in the things I do. It's pretty cool. It's very humbling. It's an amazing experience, and I'm so thankful to be in the position I'm in that I have this. I am 110%. I do think I'm lucky. I'm lucky in some respects, but I also think I earn a lot of those subscribers. Well, at least I would think I would. I mean, I would hope people are here because they enjoy my personality, they enjoy my commentary, they enjoy my gameplay. I'm hoping that would be the main draw to my channel here. With a little bit of luck, I did have a lot of videos that blew up, but that was also smart, knowing what to upload, what to use in the tags, things like that. And but I do consider myself lucky to have this many loyal subs. I'm very happy, very thankful, and very blessed to have the subscribers I do, because I have some great subs. I really have no trolls. I don't. It's crazy. I don't know why, man. I don't. And I love my subs. You guys are amazing. You guys are very nice, and love you guys. You guys are pretty sweet. This next question kind of ties into the last one a little bit, not a whole lot, but it ties into it a little bit. He writes, Dear Nero, do you think you are famous? And if not, what would you consider being famous? How important do you think fan interaction is in the community? This person did not leave his name, mind you. So, do I think I'm famous? No. Do I think a couple thousand people throughout this wide world of ours know who I am? Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool that I have this little portion of the internet to myself, that people come here to hear my opinion and to see me do stuff. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. How many people can say that you know, they have fans all around the world? That's kind of cool. That's very awesome. I've got messages from Australia, messages from the Netherlands, Germany, over in Europe, England, a lot of people from Canada, a lot of people from the United States, obviously. Fans everywhere. It's cool. It's really cool that, you know, these people all around the world are taking notice of me and what I'm doing. And if you guys write in the comments, where are you from? If you're from somewhere other than the United States or North America, write in the comments. That'd be pretty cool to see where a lot of people are from. How important do I think fan interaction is in the community? I think fan interaction is a giant thing. I think that's one of the reasons you see so many live streams. I play with subs pretty I invite subs off of Twitter pretty frequently, a lot of time actually, and so I enjoy, you know, bringing in fans off of there. That's pretty cool. Fan interaction is a big thing, because without fans there would be no YouTube. There'd be no, you know, YouTube money. You know, there would be no people being partnered. There wouldn't be channels. There wouldn't be YouTube. If there weren't fans, if there weren't people backing up these channels, YouTube would be nothing. I don't think people give their subscribers, you know, enough attention. I don't want to say not as much attention. They don't give enough credit to the subscribers. Like, a lot of people, like, once they get really blown up, like, yeah, I did all this all myself. Oh, I did this all myself. No one helped me, and, you know, someone did help you. It was your subscribers, and people can't forget that. So I do think fan interaction is a big thing. I will not ever think that fan interaction is not a big thing in the Call of Duty YouTube scene. So definitely a big thing. Definitely a big thing. So this next question, Reed, this is a deep one. This is a deep one. I want to actually kind of interested to see what your guys' answers would be for this. He writes, Dear Nero, would you rather know when you die or how you die? Pretty trippy. And it's kind of a tough one. Like, you sit there and think to yourself, first and foremost, you know, no one wants to think about when they're going to die or how they're going to die. So would I rather know how I was going to die? Like, if it's kind of a catch-22. Like, you think about it, if I were to opt out for how I'm going to die and I find out I die of old age, that'd be a good thing. But if I find out how I'm going to die, you know, then I find out that I get shot, like in the back of the head or something like that, that's going to make me pretty sketchy, and I'm not going to want to go anywhere. I'm just going to hide at all times. But if I find out when I'm going to die, that brings in a whole new variable. That brings in, okay, you are going to die on March 21st, you know, whatever year, 2042 or something like that. And then I'm going to be awful cautious on that day. You know, I would rather know when I'm going to die so I can avoid it. You know, how you're going to die, that's not exactly, that leaves a lot to the imagination. You really don't know a lot of things that you can learn from that. You know, let's say, for example, like, how you're going to die. You are going to have a heart attack. Well, damn, that's scary. A heart attack's kind of hard to prevent. Obviously, you can eat better, exercise, things like that, but heart attack's going to happen at any time. That sucks. If I were to find out, if I know when I'm going to die, at least I would have somewhat of an idea of how to protect myself. At least that would at least protect me from the kind of deaths that are caused by someone else or caused by something tragic, such as, you know, a car crash, a shooting, a fire, a fall, drowning, things like that. If I would just be super careful on that day. Maybe like not even get off the couch and just hide there all day long. And then who knows? We'll figure out what happened there. But if I had to choose, it's a really tough question. It really is a tough question. But I'd rather know when I'm gonna die. So, how much time we got left in the video? We got a little bit of time left. I have time to answer off this one more question. So we're gonna do this one more question up real quick. He writes, Dear Nero, on the SB test stream, yes, he said it right, the SB test stream, you mentioned possibly getting Black Ops 2 early, but you're still going to be going to the midnight premiere for your brother. If you do get the game early, would you consider taking it to the premiere and smashing it with a sledgehammer? Thanks, Bobby from Georgia. Wow. Now that's, so those of you guys don't know, I'm going to cover this on real quick. I recently got a really nice webcam. that allows me to be able to stream. And we did a couple different streams and we bounced around. I tried Wirecast and we found out that Google Hangouts is actually the place to be streaming. And we kind of like we're tinkering around with like tech issues, and it would be at your audio levels, things like that. And we're getting everything together, getting everything organized, and we do plan on coming out with the podcast in the very near future. I did mention that I do plan. I was mentioning like how I'm gonna swag myself out with like all this gaming equipment, like Gunner Optics, gamer gloves, Xbox pajama pants, things like that, and still go to midnight release just dressed like that, just to see the reactions, what people would do, maybe record it or something. But I did mention that I plan on trying to get Black Ops 2 early, and and the question is, if I get Black Ops 2 early, will I take it to the midnight premiere and smash the disc in front of everyone there with a sledgehammer? And the question is no. That would be like $100+ down the drain. You guys don't understand. If you plan on getting a game early, if you're going to try and bootleg yourself a game early or get it from someone who had early access to the game, or however you plan on getting the game early, you're not paying $60 retail for that, guys. You're paying north of $100+. You're definitely paying way more than $100 for it. So if I'm paying to get that game early, I'm not smashing it. So we're quickly running out of time, though. I hope you guys will enjoy this week's episode of Dear Nero. And if you did, remember, rate the video wherever you guys feel it deserves. And if you guys would like your questions featured here on next week's Dear Nero, write me a personal message here with the title Dear Nero. Next week, I'll look through all the messages that are titled Dear Nero, and I will write down the best questions. I will answer them in next week's episode. So remember, rate the video. Love you guys all. Have a wonderful day.